afternoon. I'm going live a little bit early. I just wanted to make sure I had enough time to come home from church, eat lunch, and then kind of get everything set up. But I think we are ready to go. And we've got lots of friends ready, so I'm excited. All right, now this is a meal prep session, okay? I don't have anything elaborate to talk about. I just did not go live on Thursday and I felt kind of bad about it. So I'm inviting you to come with me and just meal prep. Maybe you have some meal prep you have to do as well. Maybe you just need some inspiration. So I'm here. All right, yes, down in the description, I have like 1 or 2 recipes that I'm making. I'm going to start off by making some carrot muffins. I already have the carrots peeled. I just have to slice them. And then I'm also making some breakfast burrito mix for John to heat up in the mornings. And then after all that, I need to put some stuff in the bread machine for some breadsticks. We have small group tonight, so I am making some homemade breadsticks. You won't be able to see the end of it, but I will post pictures when it's all finished. So let's get started. All right. I feel like I have a lot of things just kind of scattered around. So if I seem very scatterbrained, that is why. All right, so the recipe for the carrot muffins is in the description. And I have to say that this is going to be different from most muffin recipes. I'm trying to get some more vegetables in my diet, and sometimes that involves putting vegetables in your breakfast. And that can also be putting vegetables inside like bread and muffins. I mean, it's not too far-fetched, you know, carrot cake muffins, zucchini bread, zucchini muffins, that sort of thing. So this is basically what it is. However, I am using a lot of carrots and I am putting it all in the blender. I'm going to blend everything up. So it's carrots and oats and eggs and cinnamon, baking powder, and vanilla. That's all gonna go in the blender. They're basically blender muffins. So like I'm slicing up these carrots in really big slices, but you won't see the big slices in the muffins, right? Because I'm using the blender. So that's my thought. I've made these before, and honestly, they're pretty good. Now, the one thing about these is that they don't have any sugar in them. Like no sugar whatsoever. What I typically do is slice them in half when they're done, and I'll put some peanut butter on top and kind of eat it that way. And that's just like my breakfast. I'll eat it with some fruit, maybe some cottage cheese on the side. So yeah, what I'm doing now, I'm trying to get about 6 cups worth of carrots so I can put them in the blender. I'm already at around 2. All right, awesome. Hey everybody. I'm going to try to look up here every so often as I am working. This might actually take a while. We might actually be here for about an hour. So I hope you all are like settling in and ready to chat. If I go a little quiet, I am sorry. How are John and Allison? They are doing awesome. We're finishing up a 3-day weekend for Allison. Her school had conferences this week. So because of that, they had Friday off. So that was pretty fun. Allison and I got to spend the day together. We did our grocery shopping, and then we went to Build-A-Bear because she had some money to spend, and she had a $10 coupon. So she was able to get herself a new bear and some new clothes to go with it. So she was fairly happy. Alright, so I probably need to slice up a few more of these. I bought a whole 2-pound bag of carrots. So it looks like I'm going to be using up the entire 2 pounds for these muffins, which is fine. I didn't plan on using these carrots for anything else. Just make sure I don't drop them at all. Oh gosh. Alright. Coffee, listen, I'm going to need some coffee when I'm done here. It's been a busy day already so far. We had church, and I'm actually teaching right now in our Sunday school class. I'm not really a huge teacher, but I am currently teaching on finding God's will. It's basically, I took a book by Charles Stanley. I'm going through it and writing down all the bullet points. So I'm just basically stating all the bullet points, and then we get to discuss it in class. So it's been pretty cool so far. This is only my second week of doing it, but it seems to be going well. Alright, so I've got 2 tiny carrots left, and then we should be done slicing the carrots. So I have the Panera coffee subscription right now. I actually have, it's free right now. They allowed me to get 3 more months for free for whatever reason. So that expires like end of May, end of June or something like that. So I've been going to Panera almost every single day to get me some coffee. Just, you know, it's free right now, so why not? Okay, so I've got my carrots right here. Let me move some of that aside. All right, now we're gonna put these muffins together. And this is where it might start looking a little bit strange because I'm putting so much stuff in it. The recipe is a little off. Let's see. Please don't look up with the knife in your hand. I know. I was noticing that as I was doing it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put 12 eggs in here. Now this is supposed to make like a bunch of muffins. But what I'm going to do is use my giant muffin tin. And I'm going to make 6 really giant muffins instead of like 18 or so of the regular size. I've done it before, it works out well. So all the eggs are going in the blender first, and then we'll do the carrots. I have oats, I have some of the other ingredients. The recipe is in the description, so if you want to try it for yourself, like I said, there's no sugar in it. So if you want to add your own sugar or sweetener, I would say maybe like a 1/3 cup, anywhere between a 1/3 cup to a 1/2 cup. I don't like my bread items to be super sweet. So do with that what you will. Let me grab just a few more. There's 1 egg over here that's already cracked, so I gotta grab another one from over here. All right. I see some questions. I will get to that here in just a second. Let me take this, go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Let's see. I have a question. What are my thoughts on the keto lifestyle? All right, keto lifestyle. So I will start by saying that originally, I believe the keto diet was made for children who were suffering from seizures. And somehow, the keto diet was supposed to help control the seizures. So that is where that came from. But a lot of people have noticed that eating very, very low carb helps them feel better. And if that is you, if you feel like keto has made you feel better, that's totally fine. Hold on. All right, there we go. I personally don't know if keto would be a really sustainable lifestyle. Like, I don't know if you would want to do it for your entire life. Some people swear by it. They say, you know, I lost so many pounds on keto. It was amazing. But unfortunately, a lot of people gain that weight back. And okay, so let me explain why. Because when you eat keto, keto is obviously very, very low carb. And when you don't eat carbs, okay, so backing up, carbs in themselves, carbs hold water. So when you eat a lot of carbs, your body automatically just holds more water. That's just how it is. So when you go on that keto diet and you stop eating the carbs, your body has no carbs to hold the water. So in that first week, you will initially see maybe a a huge drop in weight. I'm talking like 5 or 10 pounds in some people. And sometimes that can be like, you know, a nice kick in the right direction. Like, yeah, this is awesome. I love this. But then after a couple of weeks, that initial water weight does not drop as quickly as it usually does. So then they think, oh gosh, it's not working anymore. What am I doing wrong? And you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that your body has no water to hold on to anymore. But in terms of weight loss, keto in and of itself will not make you lose weight unless you eat less than you burn. So theoretically, weight loss is all about eating less calories than you burn. So if you're using it just as a weight loss solution and you don't enjoy it, I would recommend finding something else for sure. Let me make sure, because when I talk, I tend to lose track of what I'm doing. I have carrots, I have rolled oats, I have eggs, baking powder, cinnamon, vanilla. All right, I need to come over here and use the blender for a minute. I don't think it's going to be super loud, but just a forewarning, you might want to turn down your volume a little bit just in case. So let me plug this in, and if you give me just a minute, I will blend this up. All right, here we go. That's good. Sorry about that. All right, so this is what it will look like. It is very orange, yes, but there's no big chunks of carrot, which is good. But yeah, so I have here my really, really huge muffin tin. It's already been sprayed with cooking spray. So what I will do is just kind of pour it in a little bit at a time. And I have the oven preheated to 350. Now, because these are really big muffins, I'm gonna have to bake them a lot longer. I'm thinking like between 25 and 30 minutes or something like that. And you know what? I have a lot of mix, a lot of mix left after this. So let me grab another muffin tin, and we will make some regular muffins too. Okay, and you know that's gonna happen sometimes, and that's totally fine. You just kind of pivot and you move on. I'm not sure how many it's gonna make, but I guess we will see. It just means we get extra muffins. Okay, I saw another question. Teresa, Allison really enjoyed making that picture for you. I'm really glad you like it. Is keto like a macrobiotic diet? I'm not sure what macrobiotic means. Keto is basically eating almost zero carbs. I'm talking like maybe 20 grams or less per day. I don't know of the exact number, but yeah, a lot of people just feel better not eating a lot of carbs. I have a couple of clients that are like that, and it works for them, so it's totally fine. They're okay with it. All right, how many am I gonna get out of here? Probably 9 or 10 extra. I guess we'll see. Okay, I think I have enough for one more, so let me spray one more. And then we'll get the rest of that out, and then we get to bake them. And then I'll show you what I will work on next. Okay. There we go. Let me move this out of the way. All right, what I will do, I'll put these in. Now, since I'm making smaller ones too, they don't need to go in quite as long. So I'm gonna say, I'll start with, I don't know, 17 minutes. Maybe I'll try 15 first. I'll do 15 first. And that should be good. All right, there's 15. All right, that is done. And now we get to work on breakfast burrito mix. And this part is really, really easy. All right, I see intermittent fasting, eating from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it helps, you know, a lot of it helps a lot of people. Fasting is something a lot of people do. And it's also one of those things where some people can actually go for long periods of time like that without eating, and it helps them to eat less in general, and that's pretty awesome. All right, what am I doing with this? It's also one of those things, it's just like keto, fasting in and of itself won't make you lose weight. It's all about eating less. And for some people, it really, really helps. All right, so let me talk about what I'm gonna do here first. So breakfast burrito mix. I was gonna buy some turkey sausage. I put it on the grocery list at Aldi, and I totally went through the entire store and didn't buy it, even though it was on my list. But I happened to check Flash Food, and Flash Food had some just regular ground turkey. I've used regular ground turkey in breakfast burritos before. It works just fine. So this is the Honeysuckle brand. This is 93% lean ground turkey. So what I'm gonna do first is cook the ground turkey, and then once that is cooked, I will take this out, scramble some eggs, and then we will put those together. All right, let's turn this on. You know, meal prepping with me, I'm like, I run back and forth, doing this, doing that. I gotta go wash my hands, I gotta go do this, and then do that. So I'm never really in one place. It's not typically like a cooking show, you know what I mean? Like when you have everything right in front of you. I just have everything everywhere. All right, so there's that. While that is cooking, let me reach in here. I'm gonna grab a bowl. I will mix up the eggs first while that's cooking, and then I will possibly have time to get the breadsticks ready in the bread machine. So all I need now are 6 eggs. Let's see. Do I put applesauce in my carrot muffin mix? I do not use applesauce in this one. It really didn't need a whole lot of liquid. The eggs did pretty well, and since I was blending everything, it blended up perfectly. And they'll end up pretty good. They're not sweet, really. The cinnamon does help, but like I said, I put peanut butter on top, and that really helps. All right, I need 2 more, and then that will be good. Oh gosh, I'm just dropping everything. Luckily, I am mopping soon, so there's that. And again, you have the washing of the hands. I'm gonna go put the eggs in the fridge, get out the milk and the other stuff. Okay, now I have, what do I have? I have a half cup, oh, here we go. So I'm adding a half cup of milk to my eggs, and then I'm gonna add some seasonings to it. We'll whisk it together, and then I'll scramble those as soon as this ground turkey is finished. And you don't have to use ground turkey in your burrito mix. You could use bacon, any of your favorite breakfast meats. I've also used black beans before too. So to make like a southwestern style burrito, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna add some salt, pepper. Let me see what I have up in the cabinet here. All right. Let's see. Oh, I have toothpicks, and we have some, oh, everything's spicy seasoning. I think I'm going to use that. That'll be good. So I'll just sprinkle some of that in there. And I like to mix up vegetables with my eggs. So I have some spinach here. I'm going to break up the spinach a little bit, and then when I scramble the eggs in the pan, I'm going to add some spinach to it. So we'll whisk this up. Then we just have to wait for the ground turkey. Awesome. Lindy is watching from South Africa. That is awesome. All right, so there's that. All right, so what I'm doing with these breakfast burritos, I'm not making the entire burrito in itself. Actually, first of all, I forgot to get out the tortillas from the freezer. So the tortillas are still in there. I got to get them out this afternoon. But what I do is make the mixture, and then I just I divide them into separate containers. Because sometimes when I make the burritos, the tortillas do get soggy when I put them in the fridge. So in this situation, John can just take this out, put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and then he can just toss it onto a tortilla and add salsa or whatever, and then like that's his breakfast. That makes it really, really easy. So grab this, starting to cook up a little bit, and I'm pretty sure now we have some time to get the breadsticks in the bread machine. So that'll be exciting. All right, got that. Oh. All right, let me stick the milk in the fridge. All righty. Let's see. Let me grab this. All right, so what I have found, we just got my bread machine out of the garage, and it's cold outside, okay? So what I've realized is that I need to warm this thing up before I put all this stuff in it, because the dough does not rise very well in the cold. So I'm going to try to run this under some water. You know, I don't think I have the recipe down here for my breadsticks. When this is all finished, I will put the recipe down there. But let me warm this up, see what we can do. Okay, now these breadsticks, I use the bread machine to make the dough, and then I set it on the dough setting, and it takes about an hour and a half or so, and then I take it out, and then I roll it out, cut it into breadsticks, let it rise a little bit more, and then I finish baking them in the oven. So I need warm water. Let me grab that. Okay, I saw a question about my Easter peanut butter egg cake. Okay, now the only things that I used were the box of the Oreo Funfetti cake mix, and I used pudding mix. The pudding that I used was the Dove chocolate peanut butter, but you don't have to use that kind. If you just want to use a regular chocolate kind, maybe even a cookies and cream. Just, you know, obviously make sure that they don't contain any nuts in them. So you can do that. And then you don't have to put the peanut butter eggs on top. You can just leave it blank if you wanted to. And you could also maybe just grab some icing, you know, buy a little package of icing or something, and you can ice your cake. That's one thing I did not do, was use icing, but you certainly could. So hopefully that will help. But yeah, I understand when Allison was at her preschool, they weren't allowed any kind of nut ingredients either, which is understandable. Nowadays, she's in her elementary school, and they have tables in the cafeteria set aside strictly for nut allergies. Let me see. All right, so recipe, you got water in here. I need a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I get distracted easily, as you see. All right, olive oil. Did I get snow in Ohio? You know, it was snowing here in Ohio. I wouldn't necessarily say we actually got snow. It did not stick. So it snowed, but nothing really stuck to the ground. Currently, it is 31 degrees, and it's going to be around that temperature for a couple of days. And then Wednesday, it's supposed to be 70, which is awesome. All right, water, olive oil. I need a teaspoon of salt. Let's see, I think I need to use this one. That ground turkey for the burritos is still cooking, so I think we'll be okay getting all of this ready before that ground turkey is done. Now I need brown sugar. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar in here. I'm currently doing like 3 things at once, which kind of, it would stress me out usually, but now that I'm here and, you know, I have somebody to chat with, it is not quite as bad. All right, so I got the brown sugar. What else? All right, 3 cups of whole wheat flour. Let me see here. Oh, well, it doesn't have to be whole wheat flour. I was actually going to use regular all-purpose flour. All right, let's see if I can do this without spilling. I'm sure we'll be fine. All right, I need 3 cups. Let's see. Might need a little bit more. Maybe just a tiny bit. Okay, yeah. As you can see, I'm not perfectly accurate. I know some people are like, well, you have to use a scale. You have to accurately measure your flour. What are you doing? But this is just for me and my friends. Like, I don't really care. I somewhat guesstimate, and it usually turns out fine. It's never perfect. I don't claim to be professional, but you know, if it tastes good, that's all that matters to me. All right, this is just about finished. So now I just need to add flour to this. Usually in a bread machine, you add the liquid ingredients first. So I got the water, the oil, I put the brown sugar in there, and then I do the flour, and then I put the yeast in last. So I've got my yeast here. Let's see. I need 2.5 teaspoons. Okay. And then we will be good to go. All right. Oh, today is Irish Mother's Day. That is awesome. Nice. Okay, so here is what the mixture looks like. This is for the breadsticks. I'm going to put it in my bread machine. Now, I haven't used my bread machine in a very long time, so I kind of forget how or which one to use. I'll have to look and see. So give me just a second here. All right. Plug this guy in. All right, what am I doing? I think I need... Okay, and then... All right, I'm guessing I did it right. I chose leaven dough, which I think is the right one. It goes for 1 hour and 24 minutes, and that sounds pretty accurate to me. So, now that that's going, there's 1 minute left on the regular muffins, so I will be able to take those out and show you what they look like. So we have that going on. It's actually going by pretty quickly, so thank you for for keeping me company during this. All right, so there's that. Muffins are almost done. All right. What else do I need to do here? I have like everything laying around. I need to shred cheese eventually. I think I need to grab a bowl real quick. Let me just try to shove things elsewhere. There we go. All right. Let's check these muffins. All right. They may not be done. Let's see. Oh, most definitely not. Okay. I only did 15 minutes. So we'll do another 5 for those. Okay, let me try to do some rearranging here. I'm going to shred some cheese. Put some of this stuff in the sink. Yeah, this is what my meal prep session typically looks like with running around like crazy. Alright, we are getting there though. Now, here's a question for you. Do any of you do any kind of meal prep? And if so, what are your favorite things to make your week easier? I typically do some sort of a breakfast every single week, whether it is pancakes or like an oatmeal bake or something. Just anything that we can pull out of the fridge and then we can eat it just that morning. Alright, that is just about done. And once that finishes, I will do the eggs and the spinach, and then the burrito mix will be finished. Alright, let's grab the cheese. Alrighty. Let's do this. So, fun fact, you're talking about Ireland. I know this is not Ireland, but I was actually born in England to almost 36 years ago. My dad was in the military, so I was only there for like 9 months. So I don't have like dual citizenship or anything like that, but I was born on an American base in England. All right, let me grab the grater. There we go. I think actually the ground turkey is about done. So once the eggs start, I'm gonna have to like focus on the eggs. All right, that looks pretty good. So let me pour that in here for now. We'll add it back in a minute. Okay, so there's that. And this was 93% lean, the ground turkey, so there really wasn't any like much grease or anything. There's a little bit of water, but I didn't have to drain it, which is nice. So now, I'm gonna take some of this spinach. I'll put it in here. Actually, I might just use up the entire bag. There we go. Because you can cook an entire forest of fresh spinach like that, and then you get like that much cooked spinach. It is insane. So let me grab a spatula. We'll start that. And I'll add the eggs here in a second, once that cooks down a little bit. So yes. Alright. You prepped breakfast burritos, Angie? Yes, burritos. Oh my gosh, they are so handy for busy mornings. I love making like burritos. I think next week I might do pancakes again. I've been really wanting some pancakes. Let me pour this in here. And then we'll start cooking that. Alright. Now with the eggs, when I cook my eggs for burritos, it's okay if they're like the tiniest bit wet, because they will still cook a little bit even after you take them off the heat. So if you don't want your eggs to be super dry, you don't have to cook them like completely. It's okay if they're like a tiny bit wet. Alright. So I'll take a minute here. But it's cooking up pretty quickly. And then once this is done, I'll just add the ground turkey into it. We'll mix it all together, and then that is our burrito mix. Alright, awesome, awesome. Okay. Okay, yes, listen, gardening, Angie, I've been asking people about gardening because I've been wanting to do something, okay? But like every plant that I touch basically dies. So I was wondering, like, what is a really good beginner's plant that maybe we could put in a pot or something inside? Is there a fruit or vegetable that will grow inside without me killing it? Oh gosh. So yeah. I mean, I have a garden. I have a garden outside, or like a garden area, but it is overrun with weeds, and we never do anything with it. Let me check these muffins again. Alright, these are looking better. I think. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes for the big ones. Breadsticks are looking good. Let me finish stirring the eggs. I got distracted again. And then once I finish the eggs, I'll bring the muffins over and I'll show you what they look like. But yeah, I've been wanting to plant something. I don't know what I want to plant, maybe tomatoes or zucchini, but I just don't know how hard it is to grow them. Alright, now it'll take another minute or two possibly. And then that'll be done. Alright. There's that. Alright, let's see. Teresa, you meal prep spaghetti, turkey, chili, roasted chicken. That is awesome. Alright. Cucumbers, green beans, carrots, maybe? I don't know. Well, I'll have to do some research maybe and see. Alright, cool. So the eggs are just about done. Yeah, they look pretty good. Alright, cool. I'm going to take that off of the heat. Let me show you what these muffins look like. Okay, so here are the muffins. I'll take them out here in a minute and put them on a cooling rack. That way you can see them better. But as you can see, they look like muffins. They're really, really good. Alright, let me add the ground turkey on here. Mix it up. I still haven't grated the cheese yet, which is fine. I usually add the cheese like on top of each individual meal prep container. So then we'll just let this sit for a minute after I mix it up, and then we'll be pretty much done. How long have I been live? I have been live for 38 minutes. Holy cow. Is this the longest I've ever been live? I have no idea. It could be, maybe. But yes, this is what a typical meal prep session looks like for me. When I do my meal prep, there are 3 different things that I focus on. And there's 3 different steps in a specific order. And that order is baking, cooking, and chopping. So the idea is you put your baking items in the oven first. And like right now, I've got my muffins in the oven. Or like baked oatmeal or something, because they take a while in the oven. So when those are cooking, you have time to do your cooking, which is like making the ground turkey in the burrito mix, or maybe making pancakes or something. And then the chopping, if you have any time in between all of that, you can chop up your vegetables. So broccoli, lettuce, cauliflower, that sort of thing. I think I'm just going to shred half of this and put the other half in the fridge. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the order in which I do my meal prep, is baking, cooking, and chopping. That helps me to get everything done in a pretty good amount of time. Okay, you have a bag for that. my cheese has been sitting out for a long time, so it has gotten quite soft. I'm just gonna stick this in the fridge. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning up over here, and then I'll start prepping these breakfast burrito bowls. Alright. Moving all this stuff. They're gonna turn out amazing. Alright. So I have here 6 containers. They do not all match, but they do not have to match. So I've got my 6 here. So all I'm going to do is just divide them into their containers. And like I said before, these are just going in the fridge, and then John will microwave them in the mornings, and he'll put them in his own tortilla. I have to get them out of the freezer. This is actually a pretty good low-carb recipe, so you don't have to use a tortilla, or if you have any favorite low-carb tortillas, you could use one of those. I'm adding cheese on top of this when I finish. Other good healthy fat options would be like avocado. You could even like saute this stuff in olive oil. That would be an option as well. Yeah, I'm making 6 of these, so that will last him most of the entire week. And it is as simple as that. Alright, so I've got that. Let me check the dough. Alright, breadstick dough is looking good. So now all I'm going to do is just sprinkle a tiny bit of cheese on each one. Got about 5 minutes on the big muffins, hopefully. But yeah, meal prep can be this simple. It's been, what, 40-ish minutes that I've already made muffins, and I made the breakfast burritos. So it might take a little bit of time, but listen, it is so worth it to do some meal prep. Alright, close that up. So this is what they look like when they're done. As you can see, it's got the eggs, the ground turkey, the cheese, the spinach, and then you can put it in a tortilla in the mornings or just eat it like this, however you want to. I need my cooling rack. Let me set these aside a little bit. I'll show you what these muffins look like. But they're really soft. These muffins are super soft. We got a knife. Okay, I will take one. Sometimes they can be a little too soft trying to get them out, but we'll see, we'll see. Okay, actually let me put it on here. Alright, so this muffin right here, let me see if I can cut it in half. It is like, it's really soft. Alright, so you may or may not be able to eat it like an actual muffin. Depending on how thick you cut it. So like, I mean, this one's fine. Maybe if I had waited until they cooled a little bit more, it wouldn't be all crumbly. But what I do is cut mine in half and add peanut butter on top. I have some like chocolate donut sprinkle seasoning that I might sprinkle on that too. That's pretty good. You can add some extra cinnamon or whatever. But that is it. You know what? I think I finished my meal prep. I have 6 breakfast burrito bowls. I have my carrot muffins. The recipe for this is in the description, so make sure you check that out. Thank you. Okay, I see some. All right. Let's see. I see a lot of gardening tips. Garlic probably is good. Ginger root, tomatoes. Okay, awesome. All right, that is so awesome. All right, thank you. I'm gonna have to look into tomatoes or something. So that's all I have for you. Holy cow. I made all this in 45-ish minutes. So hopefully you've got a couple of ideas and inspired you to do some meal prep this weekend maybe. I just see cream cheese on the, oh yeah, cream cheese would be great on these muffins for sure. All right, I gotta go clean up. So, and enjoy your afternoon. Once these breadsticks are done, I'll take a picture. I'll post them here on YouTube for you guys to check them out. So, enjoy your afternoon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Sunday afternoon, and I will see you all later.